actually wondering what else you can say about An Se-young. These days, I said we're still lucky enough to have Ronja Somerville in the commentary box with me. These days, I describe her as just the complete all-rounder, which I think is about right. She really does work on her game so well. But we were talking about conversion rates earlier on as they get to the coin toss. Well, her conversion rate, and it's obvious that this year she's trying to rack up the most amount of titles in 1 year. Her 10th straight quarterfinals since the Sudirman Cup, which of course she also won in. 15 quarterfinals, 14 semifinals. The only one she didn't make was Singapore, where she stopped at the quarterfinals. So it's basically been a straight run of quarterfinals since the Malaysia Open. It's incredible, unbelievable. Right. After her breakout year in 2023, that's probably the other word that we use with her is just incredible, because a commitment to the cause. There you go, 23 years old, so still plenty of her career to come. A Gwangju native, ranked 1, highest ranking 1. The wonderful thing about An Se-young is, even with stats like that, she's always pushing herself to be better every time.
Yeah, I think that's definitely what you have to do to stay #1 as well. You mentioned all-rounder. You can't afford to have any weaknesses, really, if you want to stay at #1, so you've got to keep pushing.
In amongst that, personally, from the matches that I've watched, her footwork is flawless. It's, she gets around the court so effectively. So those were her 2 tournament results so far. 29 minutes against Shauna Lee, and Sun Chio Tong in 33 minutes. Hasn't dropped a game all week.
See if Suizu can get to double digits.
Well, Suizu is actually got, well, I mean, I'm not going to start comparing her to An Se-young, but she's certainly put in a good few results, not just this week. 22 years old, born in Yamaguchi. And that is a fear with all players that play An Se-young. You just hope you can get to 10, maybe 11. And you're going to have to play your best to do it, because it's about space on court. Manami Suizu, third place finish at the Indonesia Open, quarter-finalist, the Malaysia International Challenge, the Sri Lanka International Challenge. So she's actually had a lot of success at the international challenge level. And straight off this, Ini Chinali and Busanan and Bangman Fan, that's a big result, #8 seed in 40 minutes. But I mean, it's a huge difference between the International Challenge Series and the senior circuit, right?
Yes.
Ready to play.
Definitely.
And that's Nicola Reid from England, the umpire's chair. And Cynthia Tam joining her in the service charge position. With all the officials in place, players warmed up, about ready to get underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Manami Suizu, Japan. And on my left, An Se-young, Korea. An Se-young to serve, love all, play.
Straight on the attack.
Service
Comes away with the point.
Love.
fast tempo that Suizu started with. But she's going to face the same problem as pretty much everybody else in the women's singles division. That is trying to get An Se-young out of position enough to be able to score a decent point.
And it's definitely that kind of mind game as a player, knowing that you likely cannot match the world #1. That you know you have to play your best shots to be able to win a point, but you don't want to go on that edge of just making all these errors, trying to hit lines and perfect shots.
Yeah, get hung up on that same kind of shot. If in essence, I guess you've just got to be as reactive as possible, as versatile as possible, and realize that, you know, if those mistakes do turn up, that you've just got to be ready to capitalize on them. There's another great example of it. An Se-young with the perfect length, just about 2 feet behind Suizu, twists her around, gets her out of position.
Yeah.
One shot.
I always find it's better to try and just play your normal game as you usually play.
Yeah, and see
as
where it
opposed
goes,
to trying to play extra better or perfect shots. That's where all the errors come in.
She has been so far, An Se-young, in 42 finals. 23-year-old, 32 wins, 10 runner-up finishes. And I'll just look down this long list and see whether, I don't think she's actually won the Australian, because usually I think she withdraws from this tournament after, because it's in July, right?
Yeah, typically, I think it's usually after a couple of Asian tournaments that the Australian Open is, and I think next year it's going back to that.
Well, she won it when it was a Super 300 event in 2022 against Grigoria Mariska Tunjung. That was one win. Yeah, it's only once. So vying for her second Australian Open title. But as I said, what's really of paramount importance to Se-young this year is winning as many titles as possible. As I heard, don't push me on that, but I think it's 13 currently. Lee Zuri was the player that has it, so that's what she's aiming for. Simply to the nature that she's won everything else already.
And after this, she must have the World Tour Finals as her last tournament for the year. Yeah, she's impressive how she can just maintain everything, performance, body, injuries for the whole year.
So this year it's been winning Malaysia 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 titles, which is already really good. But that's pretty much since, well, just while she's getting through these early points. Malaysia Open, the India Open, the All England Masters, the All England, Indonesia, Japan, China Masters, runner-up at the Korea Open, Denmark and French. Not a bad haul.
Yeah, very impressive. Really good worked rally by Manami there. Getting An Se-young out of position.
Oh yeah, I just saw it.
Forehand corner.
4-all. That's fantastic reception from Se-young.
You mentioned her footwork being really smooth.
Efficient.
Yeah. And because she is so light on her feet and smooth, she's always just in a controlled position for her shots. I mean, she can really just like let her skill do its thing, as opposed to, you know, being off balance or overstretched when she's trying to play shots.
Well, I'm always banging on about it, saying that how you need to be in the right place to play the right shot, and if you can get there early, and that's what her efficient footwork does, it gets her to that position where in that microsecond she's got 2 or 3 options, whereas some players will probably have 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Racket head skill. That's in.
Service over. 5-6.
I think it's a great start from Suizu.
Yeah. Oh, she's rallying really well.
How about that? Perfectly read by Suizu. 6-all.
6-all.
Shake your head and look down type stuff. That was just perfection.
Yeah, very dominating rally.
Service over. 7-6.
Wow, looks like Suizu with just a huge smile on her face is loving it.
That's often how it is with the Japanese. The longer the rally goes, the bigger their grin gets.
It's a big height at the end.
Yeah.
It's a culture of it.
They love a long rally.
There's the coaching staff.
7-6.
Wonderful cross-court. Absolutely gorgeous. Plucks it out the air.
8-6.
She's very quick to her around the head corner, so she has a lot of options because she can get into such a good position most of the time.
Well, generally speaking, around the head, even when she's moving into that corner, it's like her arm has a different kind of balance to it. But as I said, she is human, and certain matches against the likes of Chen Yufei especially, you can see her stretched.
Yeah, for sure.
9-6.
But she's also got, which we're not seeing today because she's in such dominant control, but when she is pushed by those top three, Kani Yamaguchi, I saw her play fantastic with that win she had, but her recovery is fantastic. She can start breakdancing on the floor and,
Yeah. I'm appreciating the color match of her headband and hair tie as well with the outfit. She's dedicated to the fit.
It's good.
Color coordination.
Footwork back and forth. There's a split step, there's a cross step, there's just a way you get it all together. And that's, I said, when you really do look, and I'm always looking at footwork of players, but when you do look at the things you guys have to do, just to lunge or just to get back, it has to be perfectly timed and in succession if you're going to get it. I think that's why I found those little kind of loose steps from Aoi Farhan earlier, because you could just see them stand out. They just weren't as...
Yeah, Alvi's very heavy-footed and explosive and like puts a lot of energy and force into his shots. She's the opposite. She's very light-footed. You can see her like skim across the ground between her shots. So she's very efficient with her footwork, I would say, and saves a lot of energy that way.
She's soaking up the Suizu attack right now. That's a perfect lift to the back. It's good pressure from Suizu, but she has to find a way through.
Great rally.
Celebrates that as if it's the game win. 38 shots it took. With a piece of magic at the end, a little bit of graft as well, and flair. Well, I am liking Suitsu's energy and general approach and outlook
Interval.
towards this match because, you know, An Se-young has now got such a great air around her.
The next match going on to fortitude is women's singles quarterfinal. Regional, Internal, Thailand.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
So back on court at 11-7 is an admirable score. Manami Suizu.
11-7. Play.
Track to be the first opponent of this tournament to get to double digits against An Se-young.
That's right. Well, her performance against Busanan was solid. 21-7, 21-16. A lot of people didn't expect that.
She has had An Se-young on the floor a couple times so far in the rallies.
Yeah.
So she's definitely pushing her. But even you get An Se-young on the floor, there's no guarantee that you can still win the point.
100%.
She's just straight back up already.
I mean, you can see from that replay, she is being stretched a bit more.
Yeah.
I think for a lot of opponents, when they play her, it's a question if they will break through. They'll break through once or twice. But once they realize how to do it, the game's over. It's like you need to do it every single point.
Well, once you do it, she knows how you've done
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
And it
And
won't
then
work again the next time.
She's going to adapt.
Yeah.
Oh, there is that. That's perfect into the corner by my nose block.
Called out by the line judge.
Out.
To me, it looks like it could have caught the line.
But as they say, that famous saying in all sports goes, if you're going to be the best, you have to beat the best. And that's what I was saying just before the interval break. She has this air around her now. So when most players now look at the draw and realize that they might be beating her on quarterfinals, that's when they're thinking about it already.
Yeah, yeah. Shuttle just catching the line.
13-7.
Wow.
Play.
I actually knew that was going to catch the line. It just had that look about it. I think if
Came off her racket, so you just
yeah,
knew
if
would
it comes
catch
off
the
her
line.
racket, it's
The chances are pretty high it's going
it's
to
a
catch the line.
60-40. It's not 50-50 anymore. It's a 60-40. The chances are she got it right. The computer got it wrong.
She's also a wind wielder.
Oh, almost changed her mind on that shot. And that's a point for Suizu.
13.
To get forward, she has. Suizu trying to pin up. I think that's another challenge. Again, it's close enough. And again, I'm going to say that's 60-40. Suizu was actually in a perfect position to see that. She's not getting on, as you can see. Just behind. All tie quarterfinal against Ida Mitchell. The opponent, one of these two. I said it like that because of the incredible stats that An Se-young has. Oh, out!
Successful. One challenge.
I wanted to say this will be An Se-young's opponent, but that's giving no credit to Suizu at all.
9-13.
We got to wait.
Play.
I'll say that at the end of the second game. And she has done well so far. Suizu. Clip that, a bit too low.
Service over. 14-9.
.360 from Sejong. Suizu plugging away on the right side, switches to the forehand. That's got to be wide. And it's what you were saying before, Ronnie, you have to keep playing the best. And, you know, if you're trying to switch flanks at your best and guessing, you're going to have to get your lengths sorted out. And Suizu is playing for the better side. Take that by Suizu, 16-9, and now
16-9.
might be a bridge too far for her. But compact output from the Japanese player. Perfectly timed run forward to make that interception, send it to ground.
17-9.
It's tantalizingly frustrating because Suizu does need just 1 point to make it double digits. What you said is true. It's 17-9.
No, I have faith. She
Yeah,
can do it.
yeah, so do I. So do I. That's it. That's the point.
We manifested that for her.
I think so.
That was all us.
It was all
We
like
did nothing.
good energy. The commentary box just cascading down onto the court. 10-17. Gets the serve back. Fist pumps after every point won, but you can expect that. Looks to the sky.
Service over. 18.
And Seong does like a little double motion at the net. She has some flair at the net. I like it.
Nice little hold, bit of deception from Suizu. Shots. I mean, most players have a hitting zone that is essentially 2 foot ahead and about 3 foot up. But with An Se-young, he kind of widened it a bit. You know, a hitting zone about 3 foot left and 3 foot right as well.
Yeah, she had some a really good change of pace and a movement there to get up to that shot.
That's the best way of saying it, get up to that shot, because that's what you got to do.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
taking time away from her opponent.
That's the speed. Tracks back effortlessly and sends that to the mid-court line.
Game point.
So 10 game points. And the quickest of returns, and it's 21-10 after 19 minutes.
21-10. 20 seconds.
So back on court for game 2. And a running theme today up here in the commentary box has been about World Juniors. Of course, Ansa Young, if I'm right, didn't win the World Junior Championships, but she was the most promising player in 2019. Look at what she's done since then. And just now when she was sitting down in the mid-game break, she's really settled into the senior circuit so well. It's been a terrific couple of years for her.
Yeah, and I think the thing you notice with someone who is world #1, as you can see through the rounds here, that she just brings that standard for every game. You can obviously get complacent knowing that, knowing that you are usually far superior to the opponents you're playing, but she really doesn't drop her standard, and that's what makes her the best, is that she keeps that focus, keeps the quality, that movement, everything, round after round, tournament after tournament.
Yeah. And as I said, for most of the people watching around the world, I mean, it's one thing, even if you do watch every single tournament, to see that. But being on the tour, as you well know, as I well know, it's all that traveling in between. It's all the graft, the physical graft that you also have to get into. And some players can't. They just can't get over that.
And the thing you often see is, especially maybe players that have a breakthrough win at a tournament, the next one they nearly always cannot perform, and they'll lose like first or second round just because of the kind of emotional, physical, everything that it takes to like back it up tournament after tournament, and she's become a master of it.
Well, I had the privilege of being introduced to Ansa Young by Gillian Clark in China, I think it was last year, and just it's what you were saying, even off court, quiet demeanor, kind of the way that she approaches things. And the first thing she said to both of us was, I watch all the matches all the time. I'm always trying to get better. I'm like, what? It's crazy, mad.
As in she watches all her own matches?
I think now, the way she was saying, she watches all the matches.
Oh, just a lot of badminton. Yeah, right.
She was actually in the audience for the Australian Open for the opening rounds.
Oh, right.
I was sitting down watching as well. So.
You'd hope she loves badminton, considering how much she would be around it.
If she could do this and not love badminton, that would be the achievement, really.
Oh, but that's what happens, you know. Sometimes you're immersed in it for so long, and it's such depth that it just wears you down sometimes. And that what leads to players' retirements. It's just too much badminton.
Yeah, I can imagine. 2 recent retirements: Cha Yu-jung in mixed doubles for Korea, and Kim So-young also from Korea. Both recently retired.
Was Ansa Young's English good?
Yes, it was.
That's good.
Definitely more fluent in Korean, obviously. But obviously, and you'd expect her to beat that. That's her #1. But because I think it was Gillian Clark that was introducing us, I think she started off in English. And
yes. That's good. Good for the sport when the world's best are fluent in English.
And in Victor Axelson's case, when they're also fluent in Mandarin now.
Yeah, that's really great.
Impressive. Big Vic, wow.
Are you guys mates?
No, but I'm 6'2" and he's 6'4", so he's immediately Big Vic.
Yeah, checks out.
There aren't many people that are higher than 6'2". I don't usually have to look up.
Yeah, I think Mads Colding used to I don't know, grow him in that regard. Once I was training with Victor before a tournament, and the rest of the Danish team, their bus had been delayed in the weather, and so I was warming up with him, and we were doing just a half-court warm-up, and it's just his size on the court is just crazy. Like, it's literally just one step for him on a half-court to get to every shot. It's just crazy how effortless
That's why I had to start calling him Big Vic when I was commentating, because
you used it in his commentating? Great shot by Big Vic. Okay.
Thankfully, Mr. Axelson, if you are listening, if you are watching right now, it's with the greatest respect. Now, after that wonderful moment of levity, Ansa Young has gone 7-love up.
All right, we have to manifest another 10 points for Manami again.
Have we got that energy? Yeah, but can we send it through? And
We got a bit distracted with Big Vic, but we're back.
he's so big. That's right. Well, apology from Nancy Young. And Suizu now in a completely different situation. Weaker side of the court, 8-love down.
And this is when a player's worst fears start to play out.
Yeah.
11-0 is never a good start.
Yeah, I can imagine from a coach's point of view as well. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm 11 love
This is
down.
usually when the coach will just say, like, just try something, do anything. Like, whatever you're doing now isn't working, just try something else.
9-love up. Well, I kind of expected, I was just thinking in the back of my mind in that first game that she was playing from the weaker side. A couple of shots not available for world number one. But now, as you can see, she's hitting a spot left and right.
Her around the head is just so impressive. She gets into such a good position that, like, you can just see the opponent has to be ready to cover everything. Whereas typically the overhead would be, you know, weaker side for a player. And it's obviously harder to go cross from that overhead, but she just gets that back there so quickly, and she's able to pull her shoulders back and her back into a position where she just has all options still at her disposal.
And that's another shot. A lot of people watch it. It happens so fast, but they don't realize that the body dynamics in actually doing it around the head. That is the option to the backhand. Of course, I'm guessing you get a lot more control from the around the head because it's a forehand. Technically, it's a forehand, right?
Yeah, well, you're just taking it earlier. You can just hit down, get the angles. If you have to take it as a backhand kind of defensive pull shot, you've already let it drop to a lower height, so you just can't hit down from there. It's just either a clear shot or a drop.
And there's the body position turn as well.
11.
Yeah, you're slower to recover.
11-love. You called it.
I manifested it the wrong way. Sorry, Manami, my bad.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Coach, attention, chair.
I wonder how much of this lead was an implicit subliminal lesson to Manami Suizu to not score a couple of points in the first game.
Play.
A bit of revenge, perhaps, but she certainly made her mark as usual. And Young, Suizu, as I said, in a completely different position now.
Yeah, I think we've seen An Se-young find her range a little bit more. A lot less errors than she had in the first set. And then I think vice versa, Manami has had a couple more errors and isn't able to control the rally as she did in some of the first game.
Oh, well done, well placed. Oh, it's a big cheer from the crowd, not just the Japanese fans. And a big smile from
It's always nice when they get that first point, even if it is halfway through the game.
Service over.
Probably the person most happy for her was An Se-young by the looks of it. It's a bona fide point as well. Well placed, well maneuvered. It's a 2-point run.
Yeah, 8 to go.
2-11. Service over. 12-2.
She really has 11 consecutive points, obviously, for An Se-young in this second game. That took her to the break.
19-17.
Nice reset from Se-young. Suizu trying to inject some pace into these rallies. That's a wonderful shot down the line.
Service over. 3-12.
Got to remember that at some point, An Se-young was probably losing 11 love to someone at some point in her life as well.
Yeah, when she was like 6.
She
5.
came out of the womb. No, but every world champion started somewhere.
No, that's true. Yeah, you don't build the fire of triumph without, burning.
Yeah. So every champion knows failure. Time and again as well.
Oh, that's great from Suizu. She's done it again.
Yeah.
Hats off to her.
A lot more fired up after that interval.
Yeah, 4-1 in fact in her favor since the interval.
4-12.
I wonder how An Se-young goes in a doubles.
That's fascinating as to who she'd play with first of all. So, yeah, how do you play? I mean, do you circle her? I mean, she just does everything in the middle, or?
So surely her doubles defense must be pretty good.
Yeah, I bet. Flat exchanges
Service over.
as well.
13-4.
13-4. Too short. So it's 5-2 since the break.
Over. 5-13.
It just sounds a lot more competitive if we pick up the point scoring from the break.
Yeah. Sometimes that's what you have to mentally do as a player as well.
Yeah,
Just
I get
gotta
it. Yeah.
Start again from level.
Wonderful shot, looping into the corner.
Service over. 14-5.
A little bit wild from Suizu.
15-5.
Serve back with An Se-young now, and that's really what we've seen in the last few points, the importance and impact of leading off your attack from the serve. Oh, again, wonderful cross-court.
Service over. 6-15.
The smile's gone. I think she was happy to give up maybe 2 or 3 points, but it's just a few too many points.
Yeah.
Well, you can sometimes gauge An Se-young matches from the time they take. 36 minutes so far. That's credit to Suizu. Far better players have lost far less time. Piece of deception from An Se-young. Good movement from Suizu. She was playing really well there, Suitsu, as well.
That was a great rally. And Seong's punch clear just got her totally off balance
Service
there.
over.
Though.
16.
And then that cross-court slice that she loves, just so short.
Drops that in, and it just takes that tumble at the end, you know, crosses the net and then falls.
Yeah, so she slices it so much that the pace just comes fully out of the shuttle and it just dies.
And it's not like a ball. You can almost see in your head how to slice the ball. Slicing a shuttle is a completely different proposition.
Yeah.
16-6.
Well, I mean, I play golf, and that's exactly the same thing. It's the surface area that you have to hit. But and I'm talking about PGA people, like, I'm so bad at slicing and drawing and fading. Nice touch from Seong. There's that wonderful footwork again to get her into position. And that's the shot that proves worthy enough. 17-6.
17.
Well, we have, all of us, seen this situation before. So it's not really a question of the inevitable, which I did say that at this point, I'd say that this is An Se-young's opponent will be either Ratchanok or Supanita, but that's with full credit to Suizu. Yeah, it's not the question of losing to An Se-young, it's the manner in which you did. And I think Suizu has won a lot of fans today. Oh, full stretch.
Another slip, a big lunge.
Oh,
Hopefully
she's immediately held a knee.
Service over. 7.
Usually in those kind of lunge slips, it's the ankle that can get jarred or the hamstring that can get overstretched. Not so much the knee.
Well, I just think it's because that was her injured knee, which of course put her out for a while. But really, yeah, you know, all that success that we were talking about, we've got to remember that for 1 year, she was pretty much playing with 1.5 knees.
Yeah.
So she is a bit protective of that. I've seen on big spills, but yeah, she's moving fluidly enough. So
She did have some good doubles defense in that rally. That was nearly a full split.
yeah, it's a full split in full motion.
Beiwen Zheng style. Have you seen her full splits? And then just
She's
pop right
so
back up.
flexible.
Yeah. And for one of the oldest players on the tour as well, it's so impressive.
Another defensive block. It was just too short.
17.
She is rolling the ankle a little bit, An Se-young. Hopefully her right ankle's okay.
I think generally since that knee injury, she's been a bit more careful about falls.
How are you more careful about falls?
No, in terms of after the fall, she's kind of checking diagnostics of all of her limbs and joints. You can't avoid the fall, obviously.
Yeah.
I do remember in her breakout year in 2023, she was throwing herself around the court.
Yeah.
Now the footwork's improved, obviously, so she doesn't need to. But on top of that, you just get that feeling she just doesn't want to be injured again.
Yeah, I mean, no player does.
Yeah.
And definitely, as a player, you have to
Service over.
judge when you want to commit to like things that could harm you and when
Right.
it's not really worth it.
Well, she's on serve, and this is the serve that could see her into her 15th semi-final. Sorry, 14th semi-final. Sometimes I look at her stats and my eyes can't get the figures right because it just doesn't make sense. And I want to go through all of them again and count them all up again, but yeah, as I know it, that's why I wrote it down. 10th straight quarterfinal since the Sudirman Cup, 15th quarterfinal, 14th semi-final. And she'll be upset with that it was not 15-15.
Yeah.
That's the thing. common trait. I've been very lucky in my career to meet a lot of world number ones in a lot of different sports. As a sports journalist, Michael Schumacher was one of them, and they just have this look in their eye that nothing's ever going to be good enough for them. I mean, no matter what they do.
20, match points, 8.
Cristiano Ronaldo was another one as well. It's just a different air about them. Anyway, 12 match points for the world number one.
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds.
Based on the stats, I'll let you do the math at home.
Nice deception there.
Game.
Good. He's done it. He's done it in 42 minutes. 21-8 in the second. So it is another semi-final in a wonderful 2025 for An Se-young. Only that Singapore Open performance that led to the quarterfinals. It's just not going to count her out for making the final on Sunday, but let's see how she does. Right now, I can tell you that Ratchanok Intanon is ahead in the second game, but Supanida is one up in terms of the match. Welcome back to our continuing live coverage of the Australia Open. An Se-young has made it through to the semi-finals. Up next is the men's doubles. And Rankireddy and Shetty, the number 1 seeds here, up against the number 5 seeds of Alfian and Fikri from Indonesia. Section 1 of the men's doubles draw. As you can see, if Alfian and Fikri win, it'll be an all-Indonesian semi-final. Also,